much we're expecting a bullish momentum on the AUD USD, and which did not happen. And remember, I told you how the possibility of taking a bearish scenario could happen on the AUD USD. So definitely we will have missed this one if you don't notice the breakdown of that previous low here, you would have missed it. But there's still a tendency that price could still come back into our key level area here at 0.6880, or probably come as far as touching that bullish trend line we identified earlier. Then you see price pushing to the downside. Well, hold on a second. I think, okay, we had a scenario here. Okay. So going into the New York session, what we want to be looking out for right now is that we want to look out for a key level that will guide our actions going forward. So since now we have a signal in the form of a bearish engulfing candle that broke through the previous demand level that has been holding price action in the last 2-3 weeks. So we have a bearish engulfing candle that has already we already have a breakdown of that structure. Then what are we going to be looking out for? We want to be looking out for a retest of structure to give us a confirmation of a trend continuation to the downside. So where will our retest, where will our structure be at this point? So if we look left, we want to adjust our key level, as this is no longer going to be serving us going forward. So bringing out our line chart at this point and connecting the previous low here, we should be having around 0.68600 as our new key level. So with this structure, let's label this 0.68600. So we have a structure here. Hold on a second. Let's give this more. Okay, I would like to give it 400 so that it gets closer. So we have something here. So this demand zone now becomes invalid, as we saw the breakdown of that structure in the last since when that started, since the beginning of today. So one thing we want to be looking out for as we head into the New York session is we want to see how price is going to come back into either this area or probably this bullish trend line that was broken. We saw the trend line that was broken and retested here, and so we want to see price come into either this key level here sitting at $0.68600, or price come into the bullish trend line here, where we want to be looking out for a reversal pattern on lower time frame to join the decline to the downside. So what will our take profit target be once this happens? Well, if we're going to look at that, if the reversal pattern starts from this area, then one thing we want to be looking out for Sorry for the break in transmission. So, like I was saying earlier, what we want to be looking out for here on the AUDUSD is to look for a retest of structure. And we already identified a key level here at 0.68600 area, where we want to be looking out for a reversal pattern around this area on the lower time frame. So if we have a reversal pattern here, then we want to take advantage of the bearish trend continuation to the downside. However, there is a possibility that price could still come back into that bullish trend line one more time. It could be a very, very sharp rejection of that area, and then we look out for price do a retest somehow, probably forming a double top structure where the key level at 0.68600 becomes the neckline of that structure, and we look out for a breakdown of the structure, retest of structure, to send price crashing to the downside. So where will our take profit target be at this point? Since we've identified this level and we want to enter right at a confirmation of structure, retest of structure, which will be our confirmation, where will our take profit target be? So one thing I want to be looking out for here is this. I want to be seeing this area from this point to this point. That is, there is also one thing I want to be clear about here. We don't know when this impulse leg is going to end. This impulsive move, we don't know when it's going to end. So this impulsive move, the culmination of this impulsive move is also very, very important for us to make a decision on this pair. So if this impulsive move goes far down, then we want to be looking for a reversal pattern. That is, it could be an inverse head and shoulder, it could be a double bottom, a reversal pattern, and a breakout of structure to confirm that that impulse leg has ended. Then we can now use our Fibonacci extension tool to measure where our take profit target is going to be. So what I want to be looking out for, I want to be using this as our impulse leg going forward. So from this point to wherever this impulse leg ends. Remember I told you that the impulse leg ends whenever we sight a reversal pattern. So wherever this impulse leg ends will be where we'll be using for our Fibonacci extension tool. So we want to extend this impulse leg into the future. That is, after a retracement into one of the zones, then we want to be extending. Give me a moment. We bring out our Fibonacci extension tool and run it through wherever the impulse leg ends. It could be at this point, it could be further down, wherever it ends. Then we run it back into the top of where we began the trace. Then we want to be aiming at a 127.2% and 141.4 area as our take profit target. So for the meantime, since it's around this area, it's going to be like this. We have a take profit target around this area. However, this is a speculation, as we don't know when this impulse leg is going to end at this point. So we need to be very patient. We need to look out for our reversal patterns around this area. Around this area, we need to look out for our reversal patterns around this area to give us a clue into the culmination of that impulse leg, after which we want to see a retracement, then a trend continuation towards that direction. So when this impulse leg ends, we want to run our Fibonacci extension tool from the point at 0.6950, which is around here where price action started last week, and then we want to use that as to extend that area from this point to this point, wherever it ends, to the future, where we're going to be aiming at a 127.2 and the 141.4 area where our take profit target is going to be. So from this area, so our take profit target, that means we'll be having from at least a minimum from 0.686 to this area with a minimum of around 150 pips to catch on this one. So my bias on the AUDUSD right now has become bearish, considering this signal we just got during the last 6 to 7, 8 hours at this point. So this is my scenario here on the AUDUSD. If you have any questions, we can quickly drop it in the comment section and let us have a look at it. So What's happening on the forum? Okay, we have Charles is around. Okay, happy new month to you, Charles. Grisu, hello. Hi, good morning to you. So Patrick 90 is asking us to do something on GBP USD. Of course, I will. I actually had a trade on GBP USD. Was it a couple of days ago? Is it 2 or 3 days ago? I shared it here on Tuesday, I guess. Tuesday or Wednesday, I shared something on GBP USD where we saw a bearish move to the downside and it actually hit our take profit target. We had about, I think, roughly about 150 pips to catch on that one. So I will be sharing a follow up on that after the next pay I'm going to be taking. And 12 is hello, I'm new. Oh, you're welcome. Glad to have you around. Just stay tuned with us and continue to listen and be with us through to the end of the session and come around same time next week. We do this on a daily basis, 11 a.m. West African time. I don't know what time it is on your time zone, but it's 11 a.m. West African time. So we do this on a daily basis. You come around here, we look at pairs together, and if you do have pairs you want us to look at, you can drop it in the comment section, and if there is time we will definitely look at it together. Dear no, thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Okay, you're doing okay.